Welcome, everyone, to your December 2022 forecast. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. For a personal reading or for a coaching session, go ahead and book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Forecasts for each life path number for 2023 are up now. Be sure to check yours out if you haven't already, as we move from this 6-year into the vibration of a 7-year for 2023. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. This, of course, is a great time to order, if you haven't already, to order your personal year ahead forecast for 2023. I have those on my website available, so head on over there and get yours today. Okay, so as always, first I'm going to take a look at the universal cycle for the month of December, and then we will break it down for each individual life path number. So December 2022 is a universal 9 cycle. And I really do actually love this energy as we begin to sort of close out the year and prepare to step into a new frequency. The energy of the 9 allows us to reflect on the past year, to slow down a bit and recap. What do we feel worked for us? What do we want to maybe make adjustments to moving forward? Or now that we know what we know, would we do anything differently if given the chance? While understanding that sometimes we need to take the chance ourselves instead of waiting for it to be given. Also, is there anything that we want to sort of close out and leave behind, sort of shed as we step into the new energy of 2023? Any old belief systems, habits, grudges, and so on. This is a great time to leave those behind. This is actually a really beautiful and symbolic energy to shed that old skin, sort of like a snake, and leave it behind as we move much lighter and freer into a new chapter. So make time for self-reflection this month and honor what comes up for you without judgment, right? So if you feel strongly about something, move in that direction, follow it, right? See where it takes you. This can be a great month for getting organized and clearing out the clutter, body, mind, and spirit. And again, it's kind of like when you're going through old things, like, from your childhood or from your teen years or whatever, right? Or last year. And there's sentimental value to some of those things, right? Again, whether it's a belief, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whatever. There can be some attachment to those things, some sentimental value. And so it can be challenging to release it, to let it go. And so then we start to create clutter, right? We start to hold on to things that are no longer relevant, that don't really assist us in any way, that aren't aiding or adding to our journey. And so they just sort of take up space, body, mind, spirit, and they don't really need to be there any longer. And so those are the things that we sort of really need to take a look at and see, where can we release these things? Where can we move beyond them? And again, clear the space for something new to come in. And it can be a little challenging because we've got that, there's that nostalgia to it, that sentimental value. And so just have to find a way to honor it and release it and move forward. And this is a great time to do it during a 9 energy. This can be an incredibly active period for dreaming and imagination. So pay very close attention to your daydreams, to your night dreams, and see where they're taking you now. New plans, new ideas can come in through these dreams. And with such an extremely vivid imagination, this can be a beautifully creative period for turning those dreams into reality come 2023. Allow the ideas to germinate now. Write them down, play with them, be open to what comes in, no matter how big they are, no matter how outside the box they are. This is an energy to play with those, to follow them, to explore, to let your imagination run wild. This isn't necessarily the energy to begin implementing or to, begin creating whatever those big ideas are, but explore them. explore them. Allow your imagination to run wild, follow those dreams, write those dreams down. And, if you are telling yourself that you're not capable of doing something that you're dreaming about, deconstruct that. Why are you telling yourself that? What are the obstacles? How can you overcome those obstacles? Who do you need to reach out to who maybe has strengths in those areas that you have some limitations or some weaknesses? This is a great time to start that planning process, to explore. So use this month and the magic of this month in that way. And allow yourself to dream big, allow yourself to dream outside the box, and to start planning how you'll, achieve those big dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts this month. Where are they trying to take you? Can you explore further? Are there thoughts worth grabbing onto and doing something with? And are there thoughts that are keeping you sort of stuck, right? Because those thoughts that are keeping you stuck, right? Those thoughts that come in that are sort of holding you in one place. They're trying to show you where potentially there's some deeper work to be done, right? And so everything sort of serves a purpose, right? And so even those thoughts that were like, are more negative or again, kind of holding us back, there's something deeper there to be looked at. And so those thoughts coming in are highlighting those areas for us. So pay attention to them. You don't have to grab onto them. You don't have to, do anything with them other than, again, to kind of deconstruct them, to look at sort of the root cause of them, and sort of go from there. But pay attention to your thoughts this month, especially under a 9 energy. Your dreams, your daydreams, your thoughts, all these things can hold a lot of deeper meaning this month, more so than under other energies. So just pay attention. This month can feel sort of, like I said, very ethereal, more imagination, more ideas, more feelings floating about. Play in this lofty realm and explore, right? But also find ways to stay grounded and in your body. You need to be present to have the full experience that this 9 energy can bring this month. So your dreams and visions this month can serve as the guidepost for the future direction that you're meant to follow. But you have to stay present and grounded to sort of see them through, right? To start that process, to experience the human experience, right? With 9 energy, the channel to the unseen is wide open. So again, see what comes through for you and try to have fun with it, right? Again, take the pressure off, just kind of flow with it. By exploring something, you're not obligated to follow through with it, right? You're just seeing where it takes you and seeing if there's a connection and seeing if it feels right for you. If it doesn't, you release it. If it does, then continue to explore, right? So this is a beautiful energy for all of that. So again, give yourself the permission to dream big, to play in the world of imagination, because that's where it all begins when it comes to creation and creating the life of your dreams. And what a perfect time to be exploring as we sit at the cusp of a new year and a new energetic vibration for 2023. So this month, the energy of the 9 sort of invites us to stay present while considering changes. Okay, before we get into the individual life path numbers, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very joyous new year. All right, let's take a look at the individual life path numbers now. Life path number 5. So I pulled an animal spirit message for you all for December, and you got camel energy. Camel's message brings with it this energy of sort of conserving energy. I know that's a lot of energies, but conserving your energy. So if you think about the humps on the camel's back, it helps them conserve nutrients and water for their long haul. What's interesting about this coming through for you all is, and I'm going to talk about this, but your full moon energy that you're working with around the 7th or 8th of the month is actually 3-4 energy. 3 and 4 energy. And so there is something here creatively that you could be starting And with it having 4 energy involved, there is this, anytime 4 energy is involved, it's a long haul. It takes a lot of time to build whatever you're trying to build. So I'm going to come back to that, but just kind of keep that in mind with Camel energy, because there is a call here with Camel to conserve your energy for the long haul. There is also a call here with Camel for this quest for wisdom. So there may be something that comes in for you this month, like an idea or sort of a epiphany or an urge to go back to school, to learn another language, to learn something, to specialize in something, perhaps to have an experience outside of your comfort zone that maybe you wouldn't normally have. Maybe that includes like traveling to a foreign country, a different culture by yourself or something like that, right? Something that's maybe, I don't know, you have 5 energy that you're working with every day as your life path. So, and that includes travel and all that stuff. And that sort of independent travel, whatnot. So you're probably used to that anyway, but I don't know how far outside of that comfort zone that would be for you, but that could come in. There's just this call for like this quest or call for wisdom. So like you're almost yearning for it type thing. And so, again, maybe you'll just read a book or watch a documentary, who knows? But anyway, so that could come in for you. So however you want to work to satiate that. There's also this energy with Camel about an abundant harvest. So because we are in this 9 energy collectively, a lot of people could see things come to fruition now, reaping what they've sown. So, taking that harvest and running with it type thing. And so it's really beautiful energy for that purpose as well. So for you all, there may be something that is coming to completion this month that you are seeing the rewards for. That's very, very possible. And so with Camel energy coming through, be on the lookout for that. Also, I would say with something coming to completion, it's very possible that, again, you may be starting something new or starting to go down, starting to explore different things, the next chapter type thing. And so with that, I would say just prepare for the long haul because, like I said, there is 4 energy that you're working with this month. And so just take a look at that. Okay. So looking at the month of December for you all, again, we're working with 9 energy collectively, but you all are working with 5 energy this month. So you're working with your own life path energy this month. With our life path energy, that's usually something that we step into later in life. It's where we face our greatest challenges. It's where we face our greatest obstacles, where we gain our most wisdom, where we have our most success, all of these things, right? But it's a journey. And so a lot of people don't always identify or resonate with their life path number. So it's possible that even though you're a life path 5, when there is a 5 cycle, it can feel a little challenging or it can feel a little bit like new territory or whatever, right? That's very possible. So for you all this month, you are working with 5 energy throughout December, along with the 9 energy collectively. And so it's possible that, again, travel may come up for you. The need for sort of freedom or change, you might get like sort of itchy feet, like maybe you've been in the same location for a while, maybe something is starting to get mundane and you need to kind of switch it up a little bit. You're starting to feel a little stagnant. You may get the urge to, make some changes. Now, again, like we talked about in the intro, make sure you're staying present as you prepare for upcoming changes, right? And a lot of times when we're talking about 5 energy, there's not always a lot you can prepare for. Things will come in very quickly. It's a very fast-moving energy, and so it can kind of sweep you off your feet, and you're just like, what just happened? But it's very important, even in those transitions, that we stay as present as possible, right? And not try to avoid it or try to escape from it or whatever. And so it is possible that because 9 energy is that of completion and things coming to a close and whatnot, and again, preparing for change, and because you're working with your 5 energy, there could be some big changes this month for you all. There could be some big transitions or shifts that you need to prepare for, but you'll have an idea of what those are this month. Again, travel could come in really strongly for you this month. I would say go for it. Of course, with 5 energy, it's very easy to fall to extremes. So, overindulgence is going to come back and bite you in the bum. So you want to make sure that you are, doing all things in moderation. The more that you can find your center, keep coming back to your center, do things in moderation, the more that you will benefit and enjoy this 5 energy. Okay, so looking at the full moon. So we have a full moon that's occurring on the 7th or the 8th of December, depending on where you live within the world. Again, for you all, you are working with the energies of the 3 and the 4. 3 is very much similar to the 5 energy. It's very creative. It's very social. It's very big energy. But the creative piece is what I'm kind of honing in on here, because you've also got the 4 energy. So there's something that wants to be built. There's something that wants to be brought to the brought into the tangible reality, right? The physical reality. And that something is going to take time. And because it's coupled with the 3 energy, that tells me it's a creative endeavor. It's something that, you'll potentially be collaborating with other people with. It's something that may be very social, but it's creation. It's something creative. This could even be very literal creation, like having a baby and building a family and that sort of thing, because the 4 energy can also represent the structure of the home, the body, that sort of thing. So you could be creating life, right? If that's something that you're looking to do. So that's very possible. But again, the full moon is going to sort of bring something to culmination, bring something to your awareness. So again, it's something that you might not be aware of what this is, whatever this is, and it might not come to light until around this time. That is very possible. It's also possible that for some of you, this full moon is going to be the time that you birth into reality, whatever it is, right? Something that you've been working on for a really long time, and investing in a long time. Or again, if you're creating life, then for the last 9 months, you've probably been working on that, right? And so this could be the time that you actually give birth. So again, we come back to camel energy of abundant harvest. So there's something that is ready to be harvested potentially, that's taken some time and, taken a while to grow. Through your efforts, and now is the time for harvest. So that is very possible as well. What I would say is, if it's something that you are starting new, then I would ask you to remember camel energy and conserving your energy, because there is that 4 energy involved. And so again, it's something that's going to take time. It's something that's going to be required. You're going to be required to have patience with, and to stick with. Anytime 4 energy is involved, it's something that we could easily give up on. Okay, this isn't working. It's been 2 days. I haven't seen any instant gratification. This isn't for me, I'm moving on. And that's sometimes can happen a lot with 5 energy, because 5 energy is very fast moving. This is your life path energy. So 5 energy sometimes has trouble focusing. Again, it depends on what else is in your chart. But as a life path 5, a lot of times there's so much going on that it's hard to kind of focus that energy. And when you're working with 4 energy, again, it's very methodical. It's a progression. It's a journey. It takes time. And so it's easy for 5s to get frustrated with that and sort of sabotage it, give up on it, and move on. So whatever this is that comes to your attention, if it's something new around this full moon, just know that if you start something around this time or in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be this call for perseverance, for sticking with it, not giving up too soon, and seeing it through to completion. Now, at the end of the month on the 23rd of December, we have a new moon that's coming in. So it's very possible that for those of you who are starting something or, have the big ideas that come in around the full moon, it's very possible that you'll get started on whatever this is around the new moon, because the new moon is usually that time where we're not only setting intentions, but we're taking action. It's getting going on it, right? Taking the risk, doing something new, getting started on something new, the motivation, whatnot. And for you all, that's almost like even more concentrated because you're working with one energy. So for this new moon on the 23rd, you guys are working with one energy. That is very much about risk-taking, being assertive, being confident, taking the initiative, going after what you want, starting something, right? It's a very like action-oriented energy. So it's very possible, like I said, that you have the big idea come in around the full moon, but then you're actually starting on this process around the new moon on the 23rd. With this one energy, it's begging of you to find your confidence, find your courage to go after what it is that you want, to be focused, and again, to see this through to completion, whatever it is, to set your sights big, to dream big, to think outside the box, and fives don't really have a problem doing that for the most part. The only time this would be an issue or of concern would be if you're more in your shadow side or in one of the extremes of the five energy. So you're overly restricted or you're overly confined, right? Or you self-sabotage a lot type thing. Then this one energy can feel uncomfortable because it's going to be sort of pushing you to take charge, to be the leader, to step into this, to whatever it is that you're trying to step into and move towards whatever you're trying to move towards. But this is a beginning energy and it's a one energy. So it's about self and like identity. So some things may be coming in around your identity, how other people perceive you, how you want to be perceived, how you want to present yourself to the world. There's so many different ways that this could come in. And especially because it's a new moon, again, this is a new start. This is a fresh new start, potentially, if you want it to be. And then with that one energy, it's asking you to be really authentic with whatever this is and really show up in truth and how you want to present yourself with this and no matter what other people think type thing. So it can be a very independent energy as well. Just make sure that you don't take that to the extreme, right? So very interesting energies this month. There's definitely something here, especially with camel energy coming in, that is basically saying there's something that you are either bringing to completion this month that you've been working on for a really long time, or you're going to be starting something and those big ideas are going to be coming in for you this month, and you're initiating something that could take a while. So be prepared and make sure that you have the resources and you continue to replenish the resources for the journey, right? And again, if that's like literally like creating life, then you know you've got about 9 months to really nurture yourself and your body and your growing baby and all of those things. So that's also very possible. But there is potentially something, like I said, coming to harvest at this time that you've worked really hard for and invested in. Or there's something that you're starting that's going to be a bit of a journey and you just need to prepare yourself for that, right? And keep showing up for it. So beautiful energy overall that you all are working with in December, especially as we're closing out 2022 and moving into 2023. So I would easily say that whatever this is that you're starting, especially because it's coupled with that 4 energy, could take a good part of 2023 to come to completion, if not longer, right? Sometimes it can take years when 4 energy is involved because you're building some kind of a legacy. You're building some kind of something that's going to stand the test of time, and that takes time. So with that, I will wish you a happy holiday season and a beautiful new year, and I will see you all in 2023. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.